Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here and it is my favorite time of year. It's time for holiday collection hauls. MAC just released their holiday 2018 collection. It's called Shiny Pretty Things. The name is very fitting and I cannot resist a shiny pretty thing. So I placed an order. I'm going to show you everything I picked up today. I did buy all this stuff myself. I'm going to show you demos, swatches, and I will give you the product info along the way as well. The very first thing that I dropped into my cart was this lip kit. This holiday lip kit was $79.50. I know, that's so expensive. It comes with 10 mini lipsticks. I'm gonna do a whole in-depth video just on the lip kit where I'll do lip swatches. I'll compare it to last year's lip kit. So I'm not sure if that video will come out before or after this one. I just wanted to make sure I included it in my haul. Since I did buy it, I hauled it. More info on that in the next video, or if I've already put that video up, then I will link it in the description and you can see all the shades from this holiday lip kit. The next thing I picked up was this face compact. This one in the silver outer packaging is the fair one. There's also a medium deep that's the same size. It just has deeper shades, and that one has the bright pink packaging that looks like the lip kit packaging. These sets are $39.50. They come with a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. The highlighter is an extra dimension skin finish in the shade String Lights. The extra dimension blush is called Sweater Weather. And the extra dimension bronzer is called 5 Alarm Kiss. I noticed that the bronzer probably had the least pigmentation. I had to do the most building up with the bronzer. The blush and the highlighter showed up a lot more on that first pass of the brush for me. True to the extra dimension line, these do have a little bit of a sheen to them. So they're not sparkly, you're not gonna see any glitter chunks. There's just a pearlescent sort of finish. I have dry skin, so I really appreciate a little bit of a sheen in my face powders. If you're more oily, that might be something that you tend to avoid. Personally, I don't mind the lighter application. I do tend to be somebody who doesn't want super pigmented, really bright blush, really deep bronzer. So this formula actually worked really nicely for me. I appreciate the buildability. That way I can just put on something really light for a more natural look, or I could build these up if I wanted them to be more intense. If you're somebody who wants a really intensely pigmented powder, you probably won't like this formula. I do notice when I touch in the pans that they feel like they're packed a little bit harder. That does tend to be my experience in general with these printed powders. When they have the pattern stamped in, they do tend to be packed a little bit harder into the pans. All in all, I think it's just a personal preference. I like a lighter application, but if you want more intensity, this may not be the face palette for you. I really love the fact that MAC decided to do 2 different face compacts to suit a wider variety of skin tones. We love MAC for that. Next, let's talk about the lipsticks from this collection. There are 5 full-size lip colors in the Shiny Pretty Things collection. I decided to order 2 of them. These are $19.50 each. Pretty pricey, so I just sprang for 2 of them. I'm wearing both of these on my lips right now. This cream sheen lipstick is called Babe Town. I have that all over my lips. It's really close to the color of my natural lips. And then I have this beigey frost shade called At Leisure just in the center of my lips for a little bit of shine. I'll show you some pictures of the other lipsticks that I chose not to pick up. There's a bright pink matte shade called Both Cheeks, a pink frost called Wink of Pink, and a red matte metallic shade called Straight Fire. There are also a bunch of lip glosses and eyeliners, as well as a bunch of their mini sets and brush sets and things like that that I chose not to pick up right now. If I see the brush sets in store, I may go for one of those. I usually like the mini brush sets from the holiday collections. And I could be persuaded by one of the pigment sets. I'm not really sure. Those I want to go and look at in store. So there's a ton more to this collection that I did not pick up, but there's still time. The holidays aren't over yet. Now let's talk about the eyeshadows. When I first saw pictures of these, I thought they were going to be the Dazzle Shadows, but there's just something a little bit different about these. They're like a pressed glitter but they're not as chunky feeling. Maybe you'll be able to see in the swatches, but with pressed glitters, I've had tons and tons of fallout, and these seem to kind of stay together like a metallic pressed pigment, but with glitter. That was a terrible description, forgive me. On the MAC website, they're just called Shiny Pretty Shadows. I don't know if this is a new formula or not. I'm gonna dig into these and see if these have been previously released, if this is a new formula. I'm gonna find out. Make sure you check the description box. I always put a ton of info down there for you. There are 5 shades available. I chose to order 3. I got the shade called P for Pink. This is also the one that I'm wearing on my eyelids today. This one doesn't really look that pink to me. It definitely looks more like a tarnished silver kind of color. Still super pretty, but just doesn't really look pink on me. I also picked up Major Win, which looks more pink than P for Pink. And this really beautiful shade called Joy 2, which is a silvery lavender. I'm definitely excited to wear this one. I've been going more for cool tones lately, and I think this is just so pretty. There's also a pure silver shade called Just Chilling and an olivey bronze shade called Make a Wish. I'm probably gonna end up getting that one because it looks really pretty, but we'll see. Last but not least, always my favorite thing from the MAC holiday releases are their highlighters. Always make the most beautiful printed highlighters. Last year's collection had snowflakes. This year it's this bow. It looks like a little ribbon tied up on a present. I only ordered this one called Snow Flushed. It reminded me of the eyeshadow from the Snowball collection last year called Merry Go Dazzlingly Merry, something like that. The color reminded me of that eyeshadow. In all honesty, this is a collector's item for me. This is not something that I would wear on my face. I would probably wear this color as an eyeshadow if I was gonna wear it. It is extremely beautiful. I do purchase some MAC limited edition items purely from a collector standpoint. If you think that's crazy, that's fine. Please don't do that, but that's what I do, and I'm not sorry. So there's no demo for this particular product just because I'm not actually gonna wear it on my face. I don't think it would look flattering on me at all. This compact was $35. It does come in the gold shade called Oh Darling. Oh Darling has released in other holiday collections. People love that highlighter. So if you want one of these to actually wear and not just as a collector's item, definitely check that one out. I may end up picking that up eventually as well. I'm such a fiend. I have a problem. So that's everything I picked up. I think my favorite things are probably the eyeshadows. Of course, I really love this just from a collector standpoint. I always get one of the pressed powders from the holiday collection. It's just one of my favorite things. It just makes me happy. I think the color's beautiful. The formula feels really nice when I swatched it. I can't recommend this from like a product quality standpoint because I didn't get it for that. I got it as a beautiful piece of artwork to keep. So this is definitely a favorite, but a different kind of favorite. I also like this face compact a lot. This is the kind of thing I'll get a lot of use out of, but this is sort of middle of the road for me as far as recommendations because I don't think everyone's gonna like the more sheer wash of color look on the face. That's sort of a personal preference. For me, I like it. That fits my makeup style. So you just kind of have to judge on that. But the eyeshadows by far my favorite thing. I will probably be picking up at least one more shade. I feel so festive and glittery. So I want to know your thoughts on this holiday collection. Are you going to pick anything up? Have you already placed your order? Leave a comment and let us know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Caffeinate first. So glittery, and I like it. Shiny, shiny, shiny. I'm gonna be doing that a lot in this video. They're so bright and festive. I love you. I love you, Mac. This literally looks like my lip color. This lipstick is like my exact lip color. I keep looking in the mirror and thinking that I didn't put any lipstick on. For people who aren't into makeup, that probably sounds insane. I'd appreciate it if we could all just not acknowledge this it right here. Can we all just do that? Let's all just not acknowledge it. I'm like, don't even act like you don't love this glittery eyelid. Maybe you don't, but I do. I love it. Super shiny. I almost called it a super shock shadow. Oh, wrong video. I'm gonna start posing like this to like cover up my zit. I could do like all my lip swatches and do them like this to like cover it up. It's not that bad really. I mean, thank goodness for this Too Faced concealer. I feel so festive and glittery. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What are you even talking about? No one knows. I'm just thinking back last year for the Snowball collection, I did like a remix of my bloopers and I made it into a song. Year later, still really weird. I think I'm gonna go to a store and try to swatch everything. What do you think? Would you guys watch yet a third video about this? Maybe. Maybe you would. I don't know. I don't know your life. Okay. Okay, that's enough.